Hello, you're listening to Who Agrees with me, Paul Black.
And me, Kendra McPherson.
Big shout out to Iola, who agrees this season is looking a whole lot better.
Yep, affordable, stylish specs. You'd think we were on the big bucks.
Look, starting this episode, we need to address the fact that we are both wearing the same outfit. We didn't plan to.
It must be quite jarring if you watch on YouTube to see that and have us not immediately, before we say anything, preface the fact that not only are we wearing basically the same top half, we also are going for a Where's Wally type of vibe.
Do you know,
unintentional.
I wore this t-shirt when we were doing actually our first Iola shoot, but I had like a jacket over it anyway, and I posted wearing a pair of specs saying, why do I look like I'm about to like remaster your album or something?
Yeah.
And I'm not joking, at least 200 people, I'm going to confidently say, reply saying, you look more like you're going to be missing in a picture book, or you're I was like, we get enough.
People do love that one.
Enough. And I want to say to them all, do you think you're the only person that said that? Because you're not.
I feel like when I say it, I feel like I'm kind of like, it's low hanging fruit,
I wasn't turning
it?
on you.
No, but it's true though. Even when I said it there, I just thought that's too obvious to say. But we have to just preface the fact that we are aware that we're wearing the same outfit.
Red stripes.
Wasn't intentional. But do you think it looks good visually, Lorenzo?
It looks pre-planned.
But to what end?
I wouldn't do that because you know what I love to talk about, how girl bands are styled.
Oh,
to not be identical. Why have I brought this up?
You've
so
brought that up to me
times?
nearly every time we've met recently, but with no stimulus to do so.
But I just admire when a girl band had a good stylist, which made them all tied together with like similar things, but not identical. Because if you make them identical, it's weird. If you give them like colour palettes,
yeah, well, you give them inspiration.
It's also like Housewives when they go to the reunion, you know, and it's like sometimes they're all wearing like red or gold,
a theme, a brief.
Yeah, but it's like not the same because identical's weird.
If you had twins, would you dress them the same in their infancy?
I'm not having twins.
If you had them, they'll be imaginative.
It's not going to happen.
I don't know what I would do because part of me is like, that would be quite cute, but I think I would go with a girl band angle, and I think I would probably do similar themes for events and stuff for them.
And I would have one daughter, one of my twins would be called The Saturdays, and my other twin daughter would be called Little Mix.
That's good. Speaking
of, yesterday I went to see that musical artist Chappell Roan.
Oh yes, so you did.
And supporting
Chappell Hall.
supporting Chappell Hall Co-op was Jade from What About Little Mix?
What About Little Mix?
We love another thing we do all the time, and I don't think we never provide people context with.
They should
Lorenzo,
know.
can you guess from What About Little Mix is from? Guess who might have seen it, said it even.
Guess who might have said that?
Yeah, a very angry man.
I have no idea.
Tommy Robbins.
How funny is that?
What About Little Mix?
That crossover was too.
Why?
I won't get into why.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk off mic because I can't remember.
Crazy series of events that occurred, I would say.
But it's just good when you get the chance.
What About Little Mix? I just brought it up a tempo there.
He's very angry and someone's recording him and he's ranting about something.
Wobby Wobbinson.
And he just says, what about Little Mix? But I went to see Chappell Roan at the Royal Highland Centre.
Mm-hmm.
Showgrounds. Right, and I was going, I've never been here, I don't know what to expect. I have with you, yeah. I realised that when I got there. But love Jade, love my Jade.
Beyond.
Always doing so well, doing a good, and you know, someone
puts
I was
on a
with
show as well.
Yeah, she's really making the effort, and the choreo is down. She's doing all the things.
Wait, you didn't get to go and see it at Transmit because of your burnt double crown. I'm forgetting. So that was she was very good at Transmit, and what I really enjoyed about her is she openly said during the performance, "I'm so sorry, my tits are jumping out this costume. I'm going to have to go off stage and fix them." And I like that transparency. It made me feel
maybe
seen.
You could have said that at Who Agrees Live, and we've all had to suffer.
Everyone suffered enough my heaving rack.
But no, she was talking loads to the crowd and being really nice, and I thought, and it's what I was thinking, and what someone I was with in front of me just went, she's a lovely lassie.
Yeah.
Quite loud, and everyone in the crowd's kind of like,
you can tell she's got such warmth for her. For someone with such talent and tenacity, I think she has a very relatable vibe about her.
And let me tell you, I'm the biggest stan. I knew every word to every Jade solo song. I'm there. But what I will say is about Chappell Roan.
What was your takeaway?
She was incredible, amazing, everything brilliant, fantastic, staging and all that, costumes, everything was brilliant. But I had to ask myself the question we often ask, and that is, was the suffering to enjoyment ratio worth it? And I'm going to say, for me on this occasion, no.
Really?
No, I don't mean that.
But don't be shy about meaning it.
No, the concert was amazing, and it was well organised. Everything was great. That's too many people for me.
I get you.
Too many, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know what the biggest gig I've ever been to. Like, see, like gigs in Bellahouston Park, they were like, I think they're like 20,000, maybe 30,000 people. I don't know what the capacity is for this, but it just felt like I've never been around so many people in my life, which can't be true. I've been to Primavera.
It's really hard though. I hate to keep bringing things back to age, but like when like your enjoyment or the context is different the older you get. I think like see when you're younger and you go to stuff like that, you've got so much more like energy and motivation and you don't really care about all that shit. Like that's secondary, whereas now that I'm older, I do think more about logistics and stuff, and it does stress me out. It doesn't stress me out, but it just tires me out quicker to think about the getting in and getting out and all that other shit.
But I had to keep checking myself. I was like, am I being like, I don't want to be like negative because I'm having a good time. But I was just like, I need to be away from this. Like there was something, I don't know. Cause
is it the sheer volume of people that bothers you, or like the logistics?
After Jade finished, I went like out of the crowd. Most people did. And then, because it was like an hour or 45 minutes till Chappell came on. And then we went back and we had like an alright spot. We were kind of behind. They do that thing where they have the big, like, I was going to say tech desk. It's not tech desk. It's whatever. The big thing that's like halfway in the crowd. You know what I mean, Lorenzo?
Tech desk
or lights or something sound. I don't know. So we were kind of beside that. So like a decent position. And then I was all fine, enjoying it. Went on. It was maybe about 25 minutes in. And I was like, I need to pee. I'm about to pee myself. So I was like, I'll just go out and come back in. I know, because of that big tech desk thing, I'm like, I know exactly where we're standing. I'll find it, no bother. And I turned round. And I was literally, it was like, you know, in Game of Thrones, when they're showing the sheer volume of White Walkers that now exist. And it keeps spanning back and back. And they're all like, oh, fuck, what we're going to do. That's how I felt.
You in Edinburgh, suddenly the air turns frosty.
And there was a dragon's eye turning blue.
And you were wearing a feather cloak.
And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I actually didn't understand at that point. I just thought, oh, there's a lot of people. But I was just, and a few of my friends went out and we were like, we'll hold hands and walk through and go, sorry, excuse me, sorry, I'm really sorry. But it just wasn't ending. Like, I was like, oh my God. And I just couldn't go anywhere. And I was like, oh, where the fuck am I going to go? There's just so many people. And it took about 25 minutes to get out. So like songs are playing. You're not even facing the stage.
That's what
then
I
you
hate
glass around to see what's happening. And I'm like, I'm about to pee myself. So I should maybe have
stuff
drank
like
less.
that does take the enjoyment out of it though, because you want to be present in the performance. And that's what fucking pisses me off. See, like fannying about at toilets or like, I don't mean this and I'm patient with waiting for people in that. And
well,
I appreciate when people wait for me, but you're like, oh, fuck's sake.
I think the goal for something like that is to go with one person.
Yes, I think
really
so
do,
too. Or even better, yourself.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't go in. I wouldn't even go in.
60,000 people I'm reading.
What? No.
Over
the
night?
2 days, so 30,000 a night?
No, multiple articles are saying the capacity is 60,000 and the Scotsman's saying around 60,000 fans saw our set last night.
Multiple sources. Who are these sources?
Right, okay, that makes sense, right? Because when we went to Connect, we seen Boy Genius was obviously packed out. They were headlining, weren't they? Aye. I didn't feel like that.
Oh,
at
no,
all.
definitely not. We were right near the front for that.
I was thinking more like between like 15 and 20.
I think that's probably the biggest act that space has had.
So when I seen like the Summer Sessions Instagram posted a video of like when Hot to Go was playing Scan the Crowd, and I was like, oh my God,
crazy.
No wonder I couldn't get out, because that was just after Hot to Go actually. And I was like, no wonder I couldn't fucking get out. But like not in a way that I was like, I can't get out. I was like, I was fine, but it took a long time.
But if you
and
had
then
that
when I got
in
to
you,
the back,
it would freak you out.
But Mark, my boyfriend, was in the crowd still, so I was like, I said to him, I'll be back,
to get back
and then
to
I
a
wasn't.
specific spot.
So I just had to text him and be like, I can't get back in there. There's no way. But there was no signal, whatever. So then I just kind of spent the next half of the show right at the back. But like, I've never been so. And I always say I like being at the back. I don't care about being in the front. It's good. You can dance. You've got space. You can breathe. But I was like, I just watched the full show for way back. But it was a very good show, and I really enjoyed it, despite how that sounds.
Yeah.
But I did meet some divas there.
I bet you did.
Some fans of the pod.
Oh, good.
One diva in particular told me that she was more excited about Who Agrees Live than she was about the new The Summer I Turned Pretty. Now let
The
me tell
parallels
you,
are so evident.
and that meant the world to me. It really did. It really did. And she also told me at Hoogie's Live she was sitting behind my double crown. So she was one of the
so
lucky
you would have
girls.
been
Her version of the Apple girl.
Who's going to see the double crown tonight?
Vinny.
Yeah, last night I did see a lot of women in feather boas, etc. And I thought, go forth and enjoy.
Yeah, I love to see the girls enjoying themselves, such as our devoted fan, Sophie.
Oh,
who the Summer I Turned Pretty
Oh,
stan.
it's the Summer I Turned Pretty, Sophie,
and
she
her
goes
friend
by.
Rachel, and they were really kind. And then we stood together at the gig.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
Then, obviously, when I went to the toilet, I got separated from them. So I just want to say to them, I'm sorry that we never got to say goodbye, but this is
goodbye.
Stop listening.
Essentially.
No, but yeah, we had a great time, and I think, do you know what? I think Chappell Roan. You might not be interested in like the next like minute of what I'm going to say, but there will be a gay man listening that cares, because Chappell Roan is, as the kids would say, she's Gaga's daughter for real, right?
Right.
She is very the same vibe, and she said that a lot of times that she's really inspired by her, right? And she's got a chicken called Lady Gaga as well, which maybe could be a solution for me. In the pet world,
an offshot.
because I wanted a cat called Art Pop.
Yes, this could
So
be
I think that could work for me because it's low. I was going to say it's low.
It's low stakes, is it? Fuck.
Fuck no. Well,
No, but that's funny to even consider that a chicken might be the easier option out of a cat.
well, I don't know. Anyway, so when I was driving home, I was listening to Chappell Roan again, and then I was also listening to Lady Gaga because of that. And then I was listening to Born This Way album. There's a song in it called Electric Chapel, right? And I was going, I love this song. And I went, I bet you that's where Chappell Roan picked her name from.
Do you think?
I could be wrong, but she's a big stan. And I thought she probably, and that song's very her-esque.
What is her real name?
Kaylee.
Ah.
See, it's always something. We should have stage names. But
yes.
then I went home and I seen Lady Gaga just finished her show in New York. And at the end of her show, she comes on and does about a different song, like an album track every night. And it was Electric Chapel.
Oh, that's weird. Like, you might have sensed it.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. The
So
cog
again,
was turning that
I
night.
think you were a good level of interested in that, considering how much I knew it isn't your thing.
Thank you for providing the immediate evaluation.
I know.
On me
I want to say
partaking
thank
in
you.
the
It was kind, and maybe it's because we've not seen each other in like 10
yeah,
days
I'm
or something.
open up. Yeah, when was the last time we saw each other? Last Monday.
It won't even be as long as
It
10
was
days.
last Monday.
But to me, to not see you for a week feels like,
yeah, it feels quite long.
especially as of
actually.
late.
Yeah, I know
'Cause we've
that's
been
true
busy
because
as an ox.
we had some quite concentrated time together.
And how do you feel about this? See, before Jade came on, then after Jade finished, before Chappell came on, they kept playing Natasha Bedingfield, Unwritten.
Nice.
And obviously everyone in the crowd singing along, but it's like
You
just
know,
come to a speaker. How do you feel about that?
I like that, and you know what I would love if they did as well? I would love if they actually played Soulmate by Natasha Bedingfield.
Don't get us started. Do you know what?
Who doesn't long for someone to hold?
No,
that
but
one
you know,
was going off when I was age 7.
why the hell were we in Dundee recently?
We weren't.
Where were we?
No, we were in Derry.
Sorry. And I just was so glad to be with friends that I know so well, even though I've never asked them this before. I've said, does anyone here remember Single by Natasha Bedingfield? And both my dear friends, one of them being you, went, oh, fucking course we do. And then we just were driving around Derry going, I'm single.
Girl, that's
right
how
now.
I want to be.
Oh, that was so good.
Everything in its right
Oh,
time.
and also,
You know, when I was
wanna
younger,
have your Davies.
I get serious like crazy.
Yeah.
I told you about when I was younger, I used to have a fixation with going to my friend's computer room, quote unquote, and
that's the nostalgia
just
hit.
pulling out. You know how you used to get like I want to call it a leaflet. It's not, but like the wee tiny book inside a CD case, and it would have all the lyrics in that.
Do you know, I like that they do that again now.
Yeah.
And like with actual information.
So
in it.
I would go and take my CDs and stuff, and I was particularly fond of doing it with Christina Aguilera's album Stripped.
Nice.
And I would just go to her computer room with her, and we would just sit and type up the lyrics on Word. To no avail. Like why?
That's so sweet.
What's
That's
it called?
actually really cute.
Natasha Bedingfield Soulmate was one that I
Yeah.
used to
Who
love
doesn't
typing.
you typing who doesn't long for someone to hold?
Who
What
knows
fucking
how
age?
to love you without being told? Somebody tell me why I'm on my own, a child.
But you know, I was having in the computer
But yes,
room.
to answer your question,
And
I would
you
like
know-
it if they played more of Natasha's back
But do you know
catalogue.
what I think is better than unwritten, right? And I've not just been one of the people that's like better than the other most popular songs. Better.
Yeah.
It's also as popular, and it feels almost like it's the same song.
Yeah.
And it's these words.
Of my own,
Nah.
from my heart flow. I love you, I love you, I
And
love
do
you,
you
I
remember
love you.
when the video where she was drawing the thing and the guy was like, she was controlling with her little notepad?
She has such a good back catalogue
I
when
know,
you think about
But then
it.
obviously what your mind would naturally do when that was playing, I was with my friends and I went, and what about Daniel Bedford, right? And I said, obviously we all know I got to get through this, but I don't think enough people care about, I know you do. I know you did.
Tell us.
I've probably never even, tell us.
Tell us what you're
Yes.
going to say.
Tell him.
I don't think we ever discussed this, but If You're Not the One by Daniel Bedford.
That was his bigger song, I think.
I
Was
don't
it?
want to run away, but I can't take it. Sorry,
Wait,
what was going
wait.
on in their family home
Wait, Lorenzo,
for them
how,
to pen
yeah.
those baddies?
And Lorenzo, how much are we allowed to sing a song? Because I want to prove that I can. What I often used to do as a prepubescent child before my voice broke was hit the high note in that song, and I want to see if I can do it
You
again.
can get away with about 10 seconds.
Okay, so it's where it goes. Is there any way
gonna
that
do
I can stay?
You are not.
Wait, you
Sorry.
did that. Is there any way that I can stay in your arms?
In your arms,
I used to be able to do it.
'cause I miss you.
Sorry, this is a horrible listening
Paul,
experience.
I could literally see in the whites of your eyes that you weren't going to hit that note, and it's
I
not
know.
because I didn't want you to.
But Kendra, I can't, even in adulthood, I've done it before. So that's
Well, no,
all the
but
vaping and all
it's
of that.
all the vaping and all that, because I do believe you could do it, but I knew you weren't going to be able
Right,
to do
we
it
need
there.
to stop singing this episode. But
Yeah.
last, I will say what I was singing
We
last
need
night.
royalty-free
And I did
music.
think about you. There was two, well, there was
Wait,
several.
I was pissing myself at your story last night.
What?
Eh,
Oh, she's got away.
She's got away.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me that invented
Oh,
that.
that
There
was funny.
Someone on TikTok, I reposted that.
Very,
and I was
very
like, that's
funny.
so funny. She's got away. No, what I was singing last night was, and I was thinking of you, was like, Dode, what have you done? You're a pink Dodie girl.
Yeah, that's good.
And you dance at the
club.
Dodie.
The club is actually really funny because that's something that we would say in Fife, like when folk go to the club, it would be like
The Thursday
older,
club.
like elderly people going to like the bowling club.
Oh,
like my
right.
gran and that would be like, oh, we've got the club the night, not
Do you know
like the club,
That's
but like the
interesting
club.
because to me the club was like when you grew up in a deprived area like you, there was clubs
The club.
and we had a computer van, and there was also a community hall that had some computers on it before any of us had computers in our house because we didn't have much. And we used to go. That was the Thursday club.
Yeah, well,
And then there's, I like what you say is the club, like
The
your
club.
granda going to the club,
Yeah.
and then there's the club.
yeah, there's
Wow,
3
the
levels
club
of the
is for
club.
everyone.
Yeah, literally the club.
But my last thing I'll say was better than Dode, what have you done is and when you wake up next to Dode in the middle of the night with your head in your hands, you're nothing more than Dode's wife.
That's good. For all the long-suffering wives of a dode out there.
Any Georges out there?
Oh, that's good. It's so versatile, and that's what I love. That's why a good joke can always evolve.
Yeah.
It can always
us.
evolve.
You know, I don't know how many other people think. I loved that when I heard that for the 8th time.
No, I love to quote-unquote spear the arse out of something.
Do you know, I googled the other day because I thought I'm sick of people saying quote unquote because I don't get why. Whatever happened to an air quote?
Are you joking me?
No.
I literally spend most of my days doing this about things that are not correct about
But do
doing
you know what?
that.
I actually just proved my point. The whole purpose of saying quote unquote because you just did the actual bit. Cunts
the
who are
other
listening
day
can't
I
see that.
actually went up. Well, the other,
I just looked at Lorenzo and he just shook his head in agreement.
The other day I was having a conversation with someone and I asked her if she came to the show at the Fringe, and I went, and did you make it to the podcast about our own
And with
work?
the air quotes.
I literally did air quotes. Air quoting to me is such an effective
And do
way
you
of
think
spiced up a
quote
convo.
unquote is to show irony?
I would say quote unquote if I was like actually
If you
quoting
called like
someone
me a
else.
quote unquote singer that hit that high
Yeah,
note,
then I would be being a little bit.
you'd be arse and cheek.
I would be being fud and cheek if I said that about you. But I would be gooch and cheek.
Bye.
Oh my God, no,
Gooch
guys!
and
I thought of a
cheek.
really good one the other night. The topic of gooch came up, and I don't I did something. No, something happened the other night, and someone said to me, that's my gooch. And then I went, that's my gooch. That's my gooch. What you waiting for? And I thought that was a good
Fifth Harmony throwback.
Yes.
I like when you like a random song. I don't expect saying that one was good.
Yeah, I love that
one.
one.
I'm glad you brought up gooches, because when I was younger, I thought it was so funny that I invented... No, don't apologise, because it's allowed me to speak about what I'm about to say. So when I was a teenager, I thought it was so funny. Again, sorry to be crass, guys, to invent something called a goochette, which is a lassie's version. It's in the same place, if you can imagine, but smaller.
Goochette.
A goochette. And I thought it was so funny. Anytime I was like
That's
at a house party, I would say
good.
goochette, and people were like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, wait till you see." And I invented it.
Wait till you see it.
You'll find out one day.
See my goochette. Oh, that was good. I like that one.
So I would say that concert signified the end of summer for me, 100%. And also, I know I recently said, some people have been messaging me because I recently said, which I'll obviously every year, it's time to go back in the house. We've done enough.
It really is now, though, 100%.
And I know it comes
I'm
from
even with
because
you on
we're
that.
always doing a million and
I'm
one
done.
things. But I think this year we've been really not as bad as we've been in the past.
We've not, do you know what's weird, though? We've not been for like, obviously there's never a needless social occasion. Like, it's always nice to go out and enjoy, but we've not been like turning up to the opening of an envelope.
No,
but
not
I still
anymore.
feel like it's been super busy with like other obligations and stuff.
That's
and I just
interesting.
feel a bit like I need, like, see this weekend there, I just pottered around. You know, I love to potter around.
Yeah.
And there's been a big
Doing your
absence
bits
of
and all
pottering
that.
around, doing my errands, doing my bits and bobs, just having some me time. So I took that time this weekend and I felt really good for it. There's been an absence of that.
Well, see there, you said that we don't go to the opening of an envelope anymore, right? See, when I first posted the first video I ever said, everybody get back in the house, right? About 3 years ago now, probably. And I said, don't invite me in because I'll come. I'd go to the fucking opening of an envelope. Do you know how many people thought I invented that? That's been class for me.
What?
People be like, oh, I always laugh when you, like, people come up to me like when you said that.
That
and I'm
is
like,
genuinely
I'm
one
like,
of
it's
the
such a
oldest,
well-known saying.
most traditional, well-known phrases, I would say.
And
is
I did correct them, and I go, I didn't
Uh-huh.
invent that, and then they seem sad. So I think I'm going to stop.
Yeah, because I mean, do they think it's, or do you think they're a
They
bit
think
more
I was a
acquainted with-
comedy queen, and I came up with
Do you
that.
think that they're a bit more acquainted with the drop of a hat?
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah,
And you know we love our
uh-huh.
idioms and all that.
Of course.
But I think the opening envelope, we need to give it its own appreciation to say that is one of the best and funniest things that's
The
ever been
opening of an
invented. I would go to the opening of an envelope. It's just, it
It is
hits every
funny.
time. It's a double entendre.
It is funny, the opening of an envelope.
But yeah, summer's over now.
I would say so, yeah, because it's September.
Yeah. And do you
So-
feel like, so we've come to the end of
Of
the
road
road?
I'm quite satisfied with summer. I would say I've had my fill.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm quite pleased with how much heat I've got.
I'm done with that.
Temperature wise.
We've had a really good summer.
Yeah, I would
heat-wise,
say
to
so.
reflect.
I would have preferred a wee bit more boozies in the park, but the ones we have had have been good.
But we said that last year, so
But
what
we
was
had
happening?
literally none last year. This year we did remember I had a birthday barbecue for you,
Aye.
and that was nice. Like we have.
Where I bought
think,
the child's chair. Where is that?
I don't know.
I
I think
tried to buy a camp chair, and I was like, that's such a good deal. It's a £5. And it was a £5 because it was for an infant.
I had made that same mistake mere hours before, but I had remedied the mistake before because I
Did
thought
I
it was a
just-
really good
I didn't
barg
just
as
leave it in
well.
the park, did
I don't know, but if you don't have it, then where is it?
Fuck knows, man.
But I'm quite satisfied with summer. I will tell you something that I am deeply dissatisfied with, though, and I feel like our listenership will agree.
Yeah.
The onslaught, the plague of fruit flies that have descended upon this nation.
Yeah.
Initially, I was ashamed. I didn't want to say.
It's not your fault.
I
It's
know
not
it's
your
not
fault.
my fault. It's not my fault, and I'm going to break some patterns here. I was ashamed to admit that I was in the presence of fruit flies in my own home because I thought that there was a stigma attached to it. Now I realise that this is a global concern, one shared by many.
I've not had any flies in my house.
So you,
What's going on?
firstly, are so lucky.
Yeah.
Secondly, can't say the same, can't empathise. So
No.
I'm going to get into it.
Tell us what
Basically,
you've been going through.
a couple of days ago, I noticed a few rogue, tiny, they're honestly tiny, they're so small, they're not like bzzz flies, like they're not like crazy ones, they're like very, very small, right? They could just fly under your radar, pardon the pun. And basically, I noticed a few, and I thought, right, they're kind of like, I'm doing something and one's in my face, I don't really like that, or I'm putting something down on the desk and it's there, I don't really like that, it was encroaching on my space. So then I thought, right, this feels like it's an issue now. So me and Bethany started like looking up how we could trap them. And apparently a common method of trapping these flies is by getting like a wee dish, some washing up liquid and some apple cider vinegar, closing that over with cling film, putting a wee hole in it, and it works as
nice
basically a mobile death trap for flies.
Oh, okay.
Now, what I want...
That's good because that's your potions and all that.
It does kind of give me that. It scratches that itch for me.
Yeah.
But what I will say is I am not naturally a murderous person.
You're not.
I don't believe in harming others. But let me tell you right now, the phrase "she wouldn't hurt a fly" is null and fucking void in my house right now, because these flies are getting fucking swatted, massacred, done in to fuck by this fair hand. I want them
all. Are you approaching them yourself?
Paul.
Not with assistance?
I swear to God.
Because I used to be the insect whisperer in our home.
I do not require any assistance. I am on a fucking like bloodthirsty spree of death when it comes to these flies. And I know that sounds ugly from a beautiful woman's mouth, but it's true.
But do you have an electric swatter?
Not yet.
That's the
So
good
I
shit.
can't, because I'm holding a mic, I can't really, I will show you though. I feel like I'm genuinely losing my mind. I feel like, and to quote Bethany, my flatmate, that my brain is being controlled by a fly. Because once they're there,
like Ratatouille,
they're like in your peripheral vision all the time, and I can't have one conversation in the house that isn't punctuated like this. I'm in the middle of talking to someone and I'm slapping. I can't take it. It's so fucking invasive, and nothing, like, these traps are getting rid of them, right? But there's still, the fact that I have to have traps makes me feel so deeply unchic and unsexy in my own home, a place where I want to feel chic and sexy.
I have seen in our group chat, it's like, I know you wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't a real problem. I would be if I'd seen one. I'd be like, guys, there's 1,000 flies in here. But you,
Lord of the Flies.
That's why I know I was working how I could say Lord of the Flies. But what would you say if you went into your room tonight when you were home and there was a fly, but it was the size of me, and it was wearing your dressing gown and a pair of slippers, and it was called Diane?
Do you know what then, right? Maybe because it had a bit of something about it, I might respect it a bit more. If it had gained charisma, a sense of style and an actual presence. But these things are just fucking inconveniences. Diane would have something to say for herself, I'm sure.
And you could talk to her woman to woman. But
yes.
What about this? I'm not getting away from the fly topic, but I just remembered, who remembers how big a deal when we were children this was? Dung beetle.
Dung beetle was
such a thing.
The same like prestige as Venus flytrap.
Yeah, in quicksand.
Yes, of course, and the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, what was a dung beetle?
Dung beetle's
Lorenzo's googling dung beetle.
No, I don't mean to deplatform dung beetle, but I wouldn't say that they were of the same status as Bermuda Triangle and quicksand.
To you?
Yes, correct.
In your life?
Yeah, fair.
To me, I seen dung beetles on the documentaries, on the films, and I thought, what's out there in life? A dung beetle.
I actually had thoughts on this now that we're on the topic of kind of rank insects et al. Why are slugs not a famous thing anymore? And don't get me started on worms. You ain't be seeing worms anywhere.
I've not seen a worm since I was 8.
There used to be a time you couldn't step out onto the street without seeing one worm connecting to another worm and forming a huge worm in the rain, and then a slug would come along.
Is that all true?
Yes, I've seen it.
I think we made that, and people used to say worms grow their heads back and all that.
A worm used to connect
frogs.
with another worm. And what?
Frogs.
Yeah, but they wouldn't really be in the street as much.
Yeah, they would in my street.
Oh, really?
It's when
Where did you live?
Well, I lived beside
Never
Pollock
Ever After.
Park.
Oh, yeah, fair.
So they were all in the trees and all that.
Oh, fair.
Listen, I would see a dung beetle. No, I've never seen a dung beetle.
Riding a slug.
Sorry, I was going to say that. I was going to say I would see a worm married to a slug on top of a frog on a wet summer's night every day or every weekend when I was a child.
And then I would brush by a sticky willy. And then I would throw an itchy
Where
bomb into the
hell
distance.
are worms?
I'm telling you right now.
Have you seen one?
There is an absence of worms in the world and there is a presence of flies, and I know which one I want to oust first.
Well, let me ask the audience, when is the last time you as an adult seen a worm?
Yeah, we need to know. We
The
really need
last
to
time
know.
I thought about it is when that lassie said to her boyfriend, "Would you love me if I was a worm?"
Yes.
And I met that lassie. She came up to me and she went, "You always share my video
Oh
of
my
me
God,
asking my
that's
boyfriend if he's a worm."
prolific.
Yeah. And let me tell you, and what does he say? It's so fucking funny. He goes, "No, because you'd be all fucking tiny and living in mud." And that's so true, but not the man for you, because I would have said yes.
Yeah, he should join with you and writhe around in the
But
mud.
also, how, you know, the big juicy Bug's Life, is he a worm? No, what's he?
He's a slug.
What
No?
should he do?
A
You're
witchetty
thinking
grub.
of a witchetty grub from I'm a
Is-
Celebrity.
Yeah, is he one of them? The big gay one?
Oh yeah, no, he
Is
is
he
like
gay?
a slug. He's a
Let me
gay
check.
slug. Yeah,
He's not a slug,
He
but
is a
he is
gay
gay.
slug.
He's French.
a French gay slug.
He's not Kendra, he couldn't be less of a slug. Slugs in the animated world were in a total different film, and I can't remember it
what
right
He's
is
now.
not. He's German.
Oh, fuck.
His name is French. His name's Heinrich.
I knew that.
Heimlich is an obese lime caterpillar with a German accent.
I knew that. I knew
I
that.
need to be the
I
person
need
that
the
thought that up.
Heimlich. Right, anyway.
His name's Heimlich and he's a what, sorry?
An obese lime caterpillar.
Did you add an obese?
No.
Is obese in his character description? That's fucked up. They wouldn't do that now.
Obese.
But do you know what? I think the gay German pigs from Shrek and the gay obese caterpillar.
He huffed and he
from
puffed
above.
and he signed eviction orders.
I love saying that.
the guy,
He huffed
the
and
guy
he
who
puffed.
does the voice of that
You're lying.
caterpillar
You're
wrote
lying.
the movie Cars.
Ooh.
Fuck me.
There you go.
And
And, A
what
Bug's
anim-
Life. Holy shit.
And
He's
what
obsessed
animal
with
is Jar Jar
personifying things.
Binks?
He's not an animal. He's
not
not
real.
real.
Because I want to employ
But he
him
does look.
to come to my flat and suck up all the flies with his
Do
massive
you know
long
what
tongue.
you need? Because see, when I was a child, I used to. Have you seen this trend where you can see you post the first YouTube you ever subscribed to?
Oh.
And I subscribed when I was like 11 or 10 to a girl called Anteater Girl. And she had an anteater in her house that she was her pet.
Shut up.
Yep. So why don't we get you one of them? They just
It's
need
never
a big
occurred to
log.
me that an anteater actually is its whole like MO and remit is to eat ants. Is that true?
Well, why would I have
Yeah,
that
they don't
name?
call
What
you
the fuck?
Lungy.
They don't call you Goot Chet Eater
Oh,
for nothing.
well, they could have, because there was. Listen, so I'm not ready to move on from
No, it's
actually the topic of
so
this week's
fine.
episode is insects. And let me tell you, I know again, I'm not even going to say I've probably spoke about this, but Ants and A Bug Life were two different films, and that's crazy.
Yes, they were. But A Bug's Life was a little bit more lighter. I think Ants was a bit more militant.
I think Ants had a very deep message,
Yeah.
and also the grasshoppers are coming,
Yes.
and ants. And
The Ants and Bugs, A Bug's Life were actually two of my most watched films when I was a child, so I probably need
What one had the
to-
sexy spider? The gay French or German obese caterpillar that's German, and the sexy spider.
Yeah, she was in the circus with the caterpillar, no?
Oh, is she for James and the Giant Peach?
No, I'm thinking of the ladybug.
what the frickin' frack.
Oh, fuck. We're all messed
We're in
up.
100 different
No,
universes
there was
right
a
now.
sexy spider for James and the
I
Giant
know,
Peach.
I do know what you
I'm
mean.
sure. And what about James and the Giant Peach?
I know that was something else.
What was all going on there? I
That
got a
was
box set
something
once and it
else.
had Corpse Bride, James and the Giant Peach, Nightmare Before Christmas,
Very eclectic
and
mix.
something else.
Very eclectic mix.
and I watched them all. But anyway, Ants to me, I can't remember. Was there a romance?
There
He-
always is, yeah.
the-
Flynn.
Yeah, he's in love with
Flick.
the queen or something.
Flick.
No, that's Bug's Life. Flick's
Oh,
Bug's Life.
fuck.
Yeah, it is hard sometimes to you jump between the different
Yeah.
universes because they are fundamentally all
But one is
insects.
Pixar and one isn't, I believe.
But I do feel like I'm quite surprised that insects are becoming such a theme for me at the end of summer, because you would think that we're moving into, a different climate. Things like this would die off and not be an issue. But when we lived together, there was never
No.
I've never.
It's time goes on and things change.
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Why don't you get the old lady?
Who swallowed a fly?
Yeah.
It's going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm the
young
fucking old lady who swallowed
a
a fly. I'm the old Milf who swallowed a fly. Honestly,
Oh,
it's
please, episode title,
it's
please.
making me fucking crazy. Like
The
it's
Milf who
genuinely,
swallowed a fly.
it's genuinely driving a wedge between me and my relationships and those close to me, because I am so fixated on murdering flies, and that is so not my vibe.
And you think when you're sleeping it's going...
No, but that's what I said. They're not flies that make a noise, because that would be a whole nother layer. They're so tiny and small. However, what I will say is, I had a revelation in the killing spree last night. I emptied out my death trap before I went to bed and then replaced it with a fresh ensnarement device. And when I woke, there was only one in it, which was a massive, massive improvement.
Do you feel bad?
Obviously, I don't like to be this version of myself where killing anything is a priority. It's not really the vibe I'm going for, but I'm literally, my hands are tied. There's nothing I can do here. I can't live like that. They breed at a rate of knots and I cannot be facilitating that.
And do they fuck for real? No.
They fucking for real.
I know how all this works and all that. There's
larva.
Why the fuck have we said and all that 6,000 times in episodes? No, because they lay the eggs and then the eggs get fertilised. And is that the type of thing Lorenzo's Googling?
But listen, I don't need to know about that.
But listen, can we do what's that song called? Like Voyage of the Flies? No, the Hornet's Journey or something.
Flies fully mount each other.
Mount your goddess.
I do not need that happening in my space, in my boudoir.
Fucking in your house is disrespectful.
It's absolutely out of control.
Flies getting it on.
To fly.
Well, it's your fault because you've got all incest burning candles and all that. No wonder.
No, that's good to
Probably
get rid of them.
Up.
So I've been using a lot of essential oils. But what I will say is as I said at the start of this rant, that I initially felt a bit of shame, even though I know I keep a clean house, that I was like, I don't want this.
That sounded like you were trying to be Glaswegian there, even though I know you were saying it like a phrase. Clean house.
I don't want that affiliation, do you know what I mean? But then I thought I'm ready to be really vulnerable here and I want to say my truth because I'm at that point in the process. So I put up a story about it last night on Instagram and the amount of engagement I got with that, with people sharing their struggles. So I think basically I'm going to open up a bit of a help group and see if people want to join.
Well,
Flies Anonymous.
I didn't want to say this to you, but like there is a few people who've been posting on Shawlin's community page saying, have you seen the fly lady? The Milf has swallowed the fly, she's out again. And you don't realise how far gone the fly problem is. You think you're alright, but actually you're deep into fly-induced psychosis.
I am, and I know that.
It's your head is full of them, like a beehive hairstyle.
A beehive?
A hairstyle, yeah, full of all that. Let me tell you this. Where's the last time you seen a beehive?
Yeah, they're quite... Well, I feel like
where's our garden? We don't have garden sheds and all that now.
Yeah, I know, that's true.
We only had a garden shed with a beehive in it and it was a place that was off limits. But you wanted to poke with a stick.
I don't think I've ever seen a beehive live.
I heard them buzzing about.
Yeah.
When?
And then a wasp's nest is probably more common.
A hornet's nest.
Well, when can we... I want to be a bee extinguisher.
Oh, I thought you meant a beekeeper.
Nah, that's what I meant.
An extinguisher.
Where you get to where the
killing them, a beekeeper.
No, I want to be
them.
like whenever it was going, I've got a wasp, and I just go in with my veil. I go and pull it off the side of the shed and I take it home and it's mine.
Like I provided
and
a
service. And I put it with all my other bees and wasps.
Well, Lorenzo was
I've not been stung since I was a child.
Lorenzo was saying that he's seen loads of bees and wasps recently towards the end of summer.
Oh.
Loads of wasps.
And what is the truth about a midgie?
They give you bites.
No, but what is a midgie to the rest of the world? Because it can't just be a thing we have.
I think it is.
No,
really?
They'll have them in the Everglades.
The what?
What's the place where Jersey Shore people go?
Midges are a worldwide phenomenon, though certain species like the Highland midgie are prevalent in the damp lowland areas of Scotland. They're found in almost every environment on Earth with the exception of freezing polar regions and hot arid deserts.
Well, you know how I get... I actually, you know what, I'm going to take all this back and sympathise because you've seen
Were
me
you not
on
sympathising?
No, I was. Sorry. I just didn't admit that out loud. No, I'll take you back to many summer evenings we've spent together. See, when you do get to a Scottish summer evening and there's midges everywhere, you've witnessed me like smack my head, fuck, smack, and I look like I'm, lost my mind. And for you to have to have seen that as a woman,
yeah,
you shouldn't have to. So
and now I'm living it.
And I did lose my mind a few times with a midge.
Well, that's the thing. There's a particular zone or mood that they provoke in you because you feel itchy and tense and like you can't relax because they're just around you, and it's really challenging. And obviously in your own living space, you're seeking tranquility and normality, and instead you're surrounded by fucking bugs, which is what they are. I'd rather be surrounded by fucking seagulls.
Oh,
no, you wouldn't.
far.
Don't say that too far.
That's how I feel. Look at me where I am. No, but does that just go to show you how fucking insane this is all making me right now? I'd rather have seagulls in my house than these fucking flies.
The bugs are coming.
So they'll probably be in the night and all.
Aye.
What's next?
Well, follow the pattern. There was a Milf who swallowed a fly who swallowed a what? No, that's the start, isn't it? It's dogs and horses and all that.
Swallowed a fly is so good. It's what my strife is worth it for that alone.
The last thing I'll say about bugs, other than the bugs are coming, I keep thinking in my head right now, is I tell you what, I don't take too kindly to a moth.
Absolutely not. Of course not. They're very destructive.
But no, it's not about them all what they do. It's about their big dusty wings. I don't care. I would pick a spider up. I would put it on my head. I would put it
to what end?
To what end? I love my spiders, right? I don't care about
Spiderloon.
No insects scares me in the world, right? But a moth does. Why is that?
It's because of its
audio.
Dark-sided. It has a lot of audio in its wingspan.
Odious.
Yeah, very odious.
Yeah. Do you know what I would do if I had all the money in the world? I would take every moth and jet wash them, but so they stay alive. And say, stop getting all in where you're going, because it's like a hoarder. Do you know what? You can clean their house, but they'll do it again.
Yes, that's so
with
true.
a moth, I'm going to say to them, look, I'm going to take these into a room. I'm going to jet wash these, but in a way that's delicate enough that isn't jet washing, actually, because that would probably kill you and break your spines or whatever you have. Wings.
The thorax.
And then I'll go, look at the butterflies, right? They're out there doing the thing. Everybody loves them.
Why can't you be like that?
Yeah. And then that's how we become.
Yeah,
our
why
parents.
do the moths have to be like so dark-sided when actually...
Well, they can't help it because they're a moth to a flame.
That's true. Very, very true. Very true.
And listen, do you know the Chairlift song?
I do, yes.
Real Caroline Polachek heads think they know Caroline Polachek, but they ain't like us listening to Moth to the Flame by then. Anyway, no more bugs.
No more bugs. Move back, bugs. No more fucking bugs, especially not where I am.
Tell you, speaking of the end of summer, I'm not a big fan of Summer Forever by Addison Rae, are you?
I am such a fan.
Do you know, I love the album, but that one is a bit of...
Initially, it was a skip for me. Not a skip, that's overstating it. It was a non-immediate repeat. Okay. But I am into it now. I'm enjoying Want You So Bad. I do really enjoy.
Summer is over, so I'm happy with that, and I don't ever feel that way, right? But for me, I'm ready, and I thought I wanted to rain, and then today I thought that, and then I went outside for a long time, and I have trench foot now. Don't look at my foot. What is trench foot?
I actually had trench foot at Tea in the Park 2012, I think, or whatever year it was.
What is that officially?
Incredibly rainy. It's something that people got in the war, so obviously we're completely over-egging whatever we've experienced and calling it trench foot.
Yourself, you didn't see me today.
Where were you?
Byers Road. Where I'm convinced...
The trenches, quite literally.
As I told you when I came in here, and I'm going to tell you all, guys, I am convinced, I'm 99.8% sure that I seen Theresa May today. I did, in Cotton Rake Bakery. I'm not joking.
Can we get a fact check, Cotton Rake Bakery?
Well, maybe
please?
It wasn't Cotton Rake then. Anyone seen Theresa May?
I don't believe. I mean, it's a possibility.
I really think. But what would she be doing here?
But also, I feel like she's got a certain look that probably quite a few middle-aged women in the West End might have.
Very specific.
I'm not against her being here. Well, I mean,
I don't want her to be here, but
I'm against her being anywhere.
It's more
that
she was, but then less true is what I seen. What I thought I seen was the woman from Home Alone.
I feel like there was some sort of mirage occurring in your life today.
Do you think I'm losing my mind?
Can you clarify firstly why you think you've got trench foot, then we can move on to your delusions of Thatcher? I mean, Theresa, sorry.
Delusions of grandeur, modern version.
How funny is that?
Delusions of Thatcher.
I amalgamated Theresa, which starts with TH, and grandeur, and came up with good. Thatcher.
Delusions of Theresa.
Yeah, how do you have trench foot?
Well, I was just walking, it was very wet, and I was wearing my lovely Asics. And
are they not supposed to be quite...
Yeah, but they're very airy.
Oh.
So they got lots of water in, and I was soaked to the bone. I was wearing a hoodie, it was soaked, you know, when all your clothes are cloudy.
Oh, I hate that.
I want it to be cold.
I need to invest in some really good rainwear, because I notice this a lot, and I do not understand why, after having lived in Scotland my entire life, I do not have a good like durable, sturdy raincoat. It's insane. I go with a brolly, and then you know that way you get when it's windy and rainy and it blows back in your face and you genuinely want the world to burn. If you had a raincoat with a hood, that ain't happen.
Well, I got a fright the other day because, you know, I ran all about my boyfriend being banned for Timu, and I'm sick of buying things he doesn't need. The other day when we went to Chappell Roan, actually yesterday, we got out and it looked like it might rain, but then it also was really sunny. It was weird.
Yeah, the weather was all over the shop.
And then it did rain very briefly, but anyway, I was like, "Have you got a brolly, mate?" I just got that new one. There's a speaker in it. And I said, "I swear to God, you better be fucking joking me
that
right
literally
now."
sounds like a parody of what we would say about Mark.
And he was lying.
Oh my.
Thank God. I was ready to drive.
I asked for a fan in your house the other day when it was really warm, and he said it's got a speaker in it. That's obviously his new bit.
But often that is what happens on Timu.
It's got a speaker.
But you know, I
in
got a shot of somebody's fan the other day when I was doing a gig at the stand, and a fellow comedian gave me a fan because it was so hot, and it was amazing. It was like one of those circle ones. Have you seen them? And it like goes round. Loved
mum
it.
and sister travel exclusively, and when I say travel, I mean anywhere outside of the house with fans individually. So they both have, and they have one's a tabletop one.
I'll not forget because
sit down.
Your dad was showing me his fan, or maybe it was
Has he got a fan as well?
It must have been your sister's.
No way has he got a fan. It must be my sister's.
After the live show at the Fringe, because it was just fanning. But it's one of those one that looks like a wee Dyson, but it's like a TikTok
that's Charlotte's.
So he was like, because it was really hot that day, he was like facing it to himself, and then I came over and I was like, "All right, how you doing?" He turned and talked to me, but just instinctively turned the fan to me, which is a very kind instinct to have.
That's because he has a wife that's going through the menopause.
Oh, yeah.
So he's obviously instinctively knows to try and cool her temperature down. But he actually did that to me after the show. But I swear to God, the propellers of the fan were genuinely a ball hair away from taking off my entire eyelash.
Good, though.
No, my eyelashes, my eyebrow. He literally just turned it around and whacked it at my face. I was like, whoa.
Normally fans don't do the job. I actually bought a fan recently. I think it was at Asda or something, and it was like £30. Shite from an ass. It needs. I need one of the Dyson bladeless so I can go in it.
Are they actually that good? Do you think?
You know what I want? You know when you got? Have you ever had like a CT scan or anything in the hospital?
No, unfortunately.
Well, I got one recently. See when you
CT scan reveal.
Was that CT scan? What's the one where you go through the big machine?
Be careful with
MRI.
An MRI.
It could be either, no?
Well, I felt like I was in like Arrival or something.
What's that?
That film with Amy Adams in space.
When they go in.
Or Passengers or something. I don't know. Anyway, I was getting one of my CTs or my MRIs or all that or whatever. And I thought that type, because you're on a wee bed and then they go, take you back and they do the scans and you go,
where
back
the guy
in
got sucked up into it by a necklace and died?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
recently,
it is. Yeah. So I'm glad. I'm really because it's
they're
fucking so magnetic.
Magnetic, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm really
sucked up into what? It's not like a void.
Honestly, you're speaking.
Sorry, no disrespect.
You're speaking quite casually about you being on an MRI machine, but it actually
I've
is
been on
quite
it
a
3
feat.
times.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Well,
And will you survive?
yeah, I'm fine. I think. Well, I don't know.
There's probably 100 unopened letters in my flat saying that you're not fine.
I know.
And you're
Have I got
here.
any letters to pick
You
up?
don't actually at the moment, Paul. You don't.
I think I changed my address everywhere, but there's
you've
always
not had,
somewhere.
You've not had letters for a good while.
I think I've successfully changed all my addresses.
The Morgan
now.
letters, as Sonia would say.
There should be a somewhere where you can just change all
There is.
The post
addresses.
Royal Mail does a redirect service.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's worked for you,
well,
Paul,
I'm
because
getting my ass down there tomorrow.
there's not been letters for a while.
But anyway, when I was in my scan,
Yeah.
because you're lying down, I've decided someone needs to invent a Dyson MRI scan.
There definitely must be one, surely.
Or take away the MRI, just that concept, but with your comfy bed, but the full big tube tunnel as a fan.
Yeah. Is it not very well air-conned?
No, and not for that reason. Sorry, I was referencing that because in my hot bedroom at night, I want a fan.
Oh, right.
But I want, now you get those bladeless Dyson ones.
Yes.
And I said I want to be in one
Oh,
of
you
them,
want
but
to go
they're too
inside
small.
it.
So I want something that's the shape of the MRI scan I got or CT scan. But it's just my bed and it's a Dyson fan.
So you go in it at night and that's kind of giving me, what's
It
his
just
name?
blows me from all
Xavier from
directions.
X-Men vibes. Is that not what he goes into bed at night?
Aye, probably. But
why am I looking at you? You don't really give me X-Men vibes.
I know
but
a lot about X-Men.
His name is Xavier, isn't he? The bald one in the wheelchair.
Professor Xavier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
It's Professor Xavier to you, thanks.
Do you remember when, what's it called, Patrick Stewart?
Yes.
He's not dead, is he?
Nope.
Sorry, Patrick Stewart. Do you remember when he won an award and he hates James Corden and he was really drunk and he just decided to start abusing James Corden?
Well, I didn't know about this. Professor Xavier, if you're
I
nasty.
can't remember if he's presenting him an award and he just goes, James Corden, cover your belly.
I do remember that.
Or something like that. He goes, if you're something, cover your belly.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, he doesn't like him.
I wonder what beef they have. That's such a good
know.
showbiz beef that I didn't know about.
It was the 2010 Glamour Awards
I know
where
that.
Stewart, who seemed to have been drinking, criticised Corden's hosting, telling him to get on with presenting and even mocking his visible belly. Corden retorted by telling Stewart he was dying.
Oh yeah, his comeback was shit. It was terrible and pure cringe.
All
Like,
whilst having a visible belly. I don't think.
Listen,
At the
I
Glamour
often-
Awards, how are you going to have a visible belly at the Glamour
but
Awards?
like in terms of it like peeking out,
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been there many times.
Paul, if we ever come to blows on an award ceremony, I'm
You're
going to
gonna
get
say
on the
cover
mic
your
and say,
belly.
cover your belly.
Well, when we finish recording, we'll listen to it.
Yeah. At the Glamour Awards. I'm sorry. Why did you as a child know anything about what was happening at the Glamour Awards when you're literally
Kendra,
laid up
why
in
would that
Corker Hill?
Why would that surprise you?
It doesn't, and it makes me. It's like, you know, one of those moments when you say like, "Oh, when you were a child, I didn't know you, but I feel like I know you now. I feel
Yeah.
like I know you even better."
I was doing all sorts back then with my worms and my Glamour Awards.
And my dung beetles at the
Yeah.
Glamour Awards.
Are dung beetles like native to not? We don't have them, do we?
No.
It was always Richard. What's his past saying? The dung beetle.
Who?
They can't.
David Attenborough.
David Attenborough.
Dickie Attenborough.
David Attenborough was always going, the dung beetle.
Dev E.
The great dung beetle. It would be saying that, and then it'd be like a pure 5 times zoomed in lens
Colony.
watching it. The queen ant.
That's me.
I can't
Me
do his voice
returning
at
to my
all.
house tonight.
No, but the queen ant. But yeah, the colony.
My
The
colony. My fly
Now
colony.
when they've got a pure symphonetic
orchestra.
orchestra. What the fuck? I'm losing my mind. They've got an orchestra and it goes, behold, the fly colony.
my street.
Yeah.
And then the old Milf returns
I
to
nearly
the
stepped into
colony.
Muir Street there. Yeah. Aye, that's what's happening. That's what's up.
That's for that, and that marks the end of summer.
Yeah. Wait, can I say this? The voyage of the dung beetle. Off track. You've been listening to Who Agrees with me, Paul Black.
And me, Kendra McPherson.
And remember, the bugs are coming,
The geese are getting fat.
so cover your belly. Please remember.
Please remember to cover your belly.
Cover your belly. Dear old Piccadilly. I'll tell you more about that later. Listen, Who Agrees full episodes are on YouTube, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the videos, put notifications on.
Comment saying how nice we look and how nice the lighting
comment,
is.
leave us reviews on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts and all that.
Yes.
And whenever you get your podcast. So do all of those things.
That's us for the week. Thank you to our sponsor, Iola.
Get your specs sorted. Life is too short to have ugly glasses, right? I've always said that. Yes.
Me
Anyway,
too.
goodbye.
Bye.